What's up, guys? Got another deck list for you today. Now, this one, of course, I just decided to build just honestly this evening. I kind of had been wanting to build a deck kind of similar to the old Earth Spirit Bomb decks from Scorzy. It is a bit similar that way. I don't full in on it for WinCon because Pansy's a bit different about how allies work and things. Also, I just don't feel that that is just a good way to win. I try to give myself other attacks to try to go for a survival victory, but I'll kind of get into them in a moment here. But what's really cool about this Goku level 1 that came out in the last set, I'll back up here a little bit. What's really cool about it is that you can opt to not gain stages when you attach Spirit Bomb with this level 1. So of course you start the game with Spirit Bomb attached, and your Spirit Bomb, for every personality that you have, you can just not gain stages on them. So you build the Spirit Bomb up over time, which is really cool, versus in Score you would just pitch all your, drop. I think you drop all your allies to 0, and then you would you destroy cards off your opponent's deck. You go to the number of stages that you paid for it. You kind of do that. You get the time to build the Spirit Bomb up here, which is really cool. It does take time to build up your board with allies, but I try to run a lot of ally search to mitigate kind of that need and that build up time. I run 3 copies of it in this deck. You do start the game with 1. You get to detach 2 extra ones should you ever want to throw it. So it gives you 3 opportunities potentially to throw a Spirit Bomb at any points in the game. I have a couple things to try to help make it hit. One thing I was thinking about adding was After Image Technique. Helps you get through time as a warrior's tool combats. Currently it's kind of like a fill the deck out and see what I really don't need and what I don't. This is very, very rough build. Like I said, just made it and I was just kind of looking it over. But yeah, the whole premise is you're trying to hit them with Spirit Bomb. You have 11 allies in the deck, could come and go. Most of them are kind of tech. About half of them are tech, half of them are active actions. So one of the backup ways to win is you're going to be opting to not gain stages in your power up step because of Spirit Bomb. Lets you get to your allies quicker and access combat easier. I do have 10 Shinhan, Chaozu, and Yamcha that all have MP attacks. I could run Icarus. I didn't really think it was really worth it. I could just run Super Shenron instead, which does the same effect, and I can rejuvenate Super Shenron should he get banished with my mastery. Of course, I'm running Blue Take Team just to start the game out with allies quicker. It does protect that singular ally from crit effects, and it does let me recover the allies should they get banished. So certain allies I'm going to really want for certain matchups, which are like attack on allies like, ooh, my contact's acting up all of a sudden, but Krillin ally for drill matchup, and Yajirobe for things like Majin Vegeta and setup heavy matchups like Black. Gohan, of course, for anger decks. Kame is just there to give me extra healing. He could definitely go. Originally, I was thinking about Popo, but I do kind of want to play some rejuvenation effects because they do synergize with the allies. I also opted to give myself a waiting drill, slight drill package, mental drill at 1 just to help me, pop off and know when I can throw Spirit Bomb. Waiting drill is just an extra little bit of recovery. If I can get this out early, of course. I do just camp 1 in this deck, so if I can get it early, I can get a few extra rejuve per game, which is okay. But it's more for maybe there's a certain ally that I don't want to play or don't really care about. It's some extra destruction, and anytime my mastery pops off, when an ally gets banished, I get an extra destruction off my opponent's deck. As well as Duality Drill. I tried to run a few cards that would pop this really good. Same with the Waiting Drill. So you'll see that reflected in some of my card choices, which I'll go over. But I wanted to try these both. I think Duality Drill is more of a Bobbity card. I think he's really the best MP for this card because he has Spopovich, which will self-banish himself like every turn, which is really goofy. And Bobbity's got like a couple cards that banish, or well, a card that banishes allies as a named card. So a lot of talking, but just kind of the rough board here. 1 Stylish Pose, 1 Battle Readiness. I was thinking about running 2 Battle Readiness, but just want to go for 1 to save some space. So a lot of allies. All the events are mostly either blocks or ally search with Goku search, reinforcements. Shifting maneuver to Confro is pretty much a block if I need to be. It can help me also take a block out of their hand for Spirit Bomb to land, as well as time as Warrior's Tool. Block line is pretty big too. I really do play the deck pretty defensive, of 6 blocks of each type, plus the 3 Omnis. Oh, and I also run Blue I don't have it here, but I do run Blue Farewell at a 1 as well. We have, of course, security, banishes allies, gets me the drills, which has direct synergy with both of the drills that I'm usually going to prioritize, either waiting or duality. And then I also have deterrence in here, just for the endurance and the anti-anger. There's really not a lot of anti-anger. There's escape to recover attacks and endurance, and blue flight. With blue fight and security, I have 2 cards, one of each type of block type that can banish allies to pop my drills. So that's really why I decided to run this. If I wasn't trying to do waiting drill, I'd probably do energy shield to protect my allies from critical damage effects, which I think would be really good. I run a couple physical attacks and mostly energies. Again, I kind of want to be able to drain my own stages. Goku can just give me stages either on my MP or on my allies, depending on the situation. I run 3 combined effort. It's a 10 life card attack. It's pretty big. That's really why I ran it. Overpowering attack at 1, lunar ray at 2 because ally grab is really important, as well as blue clash or ally grab at 2, crushing beam at 2, controlled energy blast at 2. Now this is just mostly everything's at 2, along with the 2 physical attacks, arrest and betrayal, just to try to test them out. I opted to run crushing beam at 2 because I wanted a reusable attack, and it's a pretty big hefty stage cost, so it can drain me down really quick if I need to. Energy burst, of course, is more for just anti-anger. 2 arrest because it has good synergy with waiting drill. It's kind of more like a late game card. I'm gonna see these, I'm gonna want to pass on them if I see them, to save them in case I'm getting beat in and I can get a waiting drill out. And then I have 2 betrayal because while I do have 2 allies that directly deal with board in the case of Krillin and Yajirobe, I don't really have any direct ally kill, so that's kind of why betrayal's in here, as well as, you know, just having betrayal is always kind of going to be a staple for blue. So yeah, I mean, primarily the deck's in like pre-test, very much like just got built, trying to pick up a few things. It might be a little too unfocused. Like I said, there might be a few too many combos here. You might be just better off running it like a... I think if you're just going to go for pure waiting drill as a deck, you're better off running the Evolution 1 Goku. Kevin Dennis, of course, loves that deck quite a bit, buddy of mine, which is a really fun deck. You don't see Ox King in here. You definitely could run Ox King. I think he wouldn't be a bad add. I opted to not run him, and I forgot what the initial reasoning is, but he could definitely make his way in here. Corrin Alley might be kind of weak. He just does help mitigate against a really beat-heavy matchup. You're probably going to be redirecting stage damage off your MP should you play against a physical matchup. Of course, there's Chi-Chi to mitigate that as well, but I didn't run Vegeta Ally. You could run him. I kind of took him out just to make space, but he is a Omni block, and he is an ally, so he does work with the deck. So yeah, Ox King and Vegeta, I think, are the 2. I think the weakest allies, just looking at this, are going to be Kami and Corrin. Popo is also thought to in my head, because Popo does a really good job against the Rejuve matchups, where he can just really punish them for it. I don't really have any anti-anger, so I could see, because I'm running Goku level 1 here, I could see myself maybe cutting down on the energy attacks to run more physical attacks, like Head Knock and Slash, but I really think the stage drain is more important. I might be running too many board cards, honestly, in the end of the day. Allies are ultimately the focus. And the drills, I don't really have any way to tutor. Originally I had dominance, and I pulled it out. So I could see the drills just going entirely. They're just kind of foo-foo padding in the deck currently. Might be better to just go full ally energy beats with Spirit Bomb. Could be a better choice. Really just kind of goof around with it and see. I don't know how much I'd play this deck. I just like the premise of it. And maybe you do too. Maybe you've been looking for Spirit Bomb deck. I think the better Spirit Bomb decks just ultimately are going to play beats along with Spirit Bomb, so I try to do a little bit of that in here. Yeah, see what you guys think. I think the allies, the aggro allies, do help make up for the lack of attacks of the deck, and it's pretty defense heavy. There's not a ton of endurance, which is going to be a problem, so critical damage effects can really, really hurt you, critical damage specifically. So that's kind of why I wanted to go block heavy, and why I packed quite a bit of defense, or rather I tried to pack a lot of the blocks with endurance for multiple reasons, but yeah. So anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoy. Like I said, the newest set's going to be coming out sometime the end of this month. I think it's supposed to come out the end of the month, on the 31st or whatever. And there's going to be a lot of decks that aren't necessarily going to be able to hang anymore, maybe in that set, depending on how the meta shakes out. You'll never know. This one potentially might not be a good choice because Janemba is able to blow up attach cards pretty easily. So just things to consider. We'll see what kind of support MPs, ally MPs get going forward. I know that Ginny's supposed to get some support, but I feel like it's going to be traded support, which probably won't work with Goku. So Goku kind of just has the bummer that he gets kind of shafted and overlooked because of Gohan just having much better synergy with allies. And Blue's kind of been in a weird spot for a bit. So I don't, by no means is this like deck good. I mean, even if you got this deck running good, I couldn't see getting past tier 2 if you're lucky. But I think this would be kind of just a fun gimmicky deck. Maybe there needs to be more stuff like after image technique and such to push the Spirit Bomb through. But I would love to hear what you guys think. Yeah, get out there, get playing. Great game. It's still fun. There's still a lot of the lower tier stuff's a lot of fun. Playing top tier, you just have some pretty dumb games, get blown out. But yeah, take it easy, guys. Peace.